Hello, Clinical Research Circle. How is everybody doing? We've got three important things to talk about today. Monica's got one stock that she's extremely passionate about, and we're going to find out more. Number two, Dr. Albert came through with the fire, guns blazing, and brought some CAR T stuff for you guys because you guys have been asking, you guys have been hungry, and you guys have been asking. So with that being said, welcome everybody, and Monica, take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about a company that is called United Therapeutics. This company has, they specialize in rare disease.
Symbol? What's the symbol?
The symbol is U, and one second, is UTHR.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this company has currently in the pipeline a lot of medications and a lot of trials, and but I'm gonna start mentioning what they have developed currently. Okay, so the first medication that they developed was for a condition that is called hypertension, pulmonary hypertension. Okay, that was the first one, and this medication was developed because the owner daughter developed that condition, and he was looking for something to help his daughter to live because she was supposed to be going to die within 5 years. So that's how this company was born. That was in 1996. Then they start developing other medications for rare conditions. So one of this is for the neuroblastoma, which is a rare type of cancer that usually is very prevalent in children, as Dr. Al probably can tell us a little bit more about that condition.
It's a bad cancer. But it is treatable in children, and some children will be, depending on their stage, can be cured from this neuroblastoma.
Okay, so then what I was reading about this is that in the past, if a children develop this kind of condition, that they will be like 100%
deadly.
Deadly. And now, because of obviously all the technology and this guy's medication, the children have 50% chances more to live than it was in the past. The other products that they are developing is organs using immunosuppressant inducible pluripotent stem cells. So this is so it's inducible pluripotent stem cells. That's what they are developing right now, or working right now, to create organs. So this is for the organ transplants. So which means is that with this technology, they will be able to create the organs using the patient's cells, so the patient won't be rejecting the transplant. And then the other product is that, and this is still under research, is that they learned that the pigeon is very similar to the humans, and also the size of the organs are very similar to humans. So what they can do is engineering, modifying these organs in order to use it for the organ transplant. So they have two products for organ transplant. One is for people, like, for example, they have an accident and they need the organ right away. It will be this pig genome organ type of organs. And but these patients will be using immunosuppressants for life. I mean, just so that way they don't reject the organs, obviously. And then the second product is the one that they develop for the patient, like customized for the patient, so that way they don't reject the organ.
So on Dr. Al's favorite website, which we should get a free account by now, Biopharm Catalyst, we have a PDUFA. Yeah, we have a catalyst coming up, PDUFA for Tabasa, the one Monica was talking about. Okay, but this is bad. April 29, 2020, they had a complete response letter. So this product is stopped for Travant for the same indication. I don't know these drugs, how similar they are to each other.
They have a lot. They specialize, like I say, in rare disease, but mostly towards lung conditions, because that's what the owner's daughter developed when she was little.
By April, the company expects a decision from the FDA by April 2021. Tabasa, if approved by the FDA, would be the first and only therapeutic for the treatment of PH-ILD, a condition that afflicts approximately 30,000 people in the United States. I know nothing about this. If I were investing, I would need to know what's the difference between Tabasa and Treviant. Because Treviant, for the same indication, a much bigger indication, just pulmonary arterial hypertension and not pulmonary hypertension associated with interstitial lung disease, development to be discontinued. So it wasn't safe or something.
I don't know. It's away from my specific. It is very specific for pulmonary medicine, pulmonary hypertension, and interstitial lung disease.
Okay, so March 3rd of this year, United Access PAH program Treviant once bought for a cheap acquisition of Arrival after FDA feedback. So they bought that Treviant from another company. Regulators had directed United to both redesign the product and conduct a new study that not only would have added significant delays, but may have proved unsuccessful in answering the FDA's concerns. Specifically, the FDA took issue with the pump device. Treviant uses a pump to deliver a reformulated version. The accuracy of the pump was not up to snuff, and United said the agency wanted the company to improve the accuracy in certain respects. So United had decided to throw in the towel. They're halting all development of the program after determining it won't be commercially reasonable. Okay, so that's Treviant. And now the other one that's up for PDUFA is Tyvaso. So let's see. That's a good, to me, that's a good sign. It's not one that they made in-house like Tyvaso.
I like about these companies that they are very, very extremely progressive.
Okay, well, whatever, this PDUFA is coming up in April for this Tyvaso, for the other application for Tyvaso.
Yeah, you guys probably, or I'm sure you guys know about Sirius XM, right? Okay, she's the owner of that. She was that created that. Need to invest.
Are you invested?
I am.
Let's see. I gotta do some more research on this, guys. The purpose of this circle is not to give you advice. It's to discover. This is like for due diligence. They're obviously a big company, $7 billion market cap. So it qualifies as like a mid-size biotech. Usually the ones we review are like under $1 billion market cap, right? So this is big already, but they have a PDUFA coming up. They have a eccentric founder and one with a proven track record. 42% reduction in NT-proBNP with Tyvaso versus placebo. 39% reduction in the risk of clinical worsening. 22% of patients treated with Tyvaso experienced the clinical worsening versus 33% of placebo. Significantly fewer patients in the treprostinil group than the placebo had exacerbations of underlying disease. Significant
26
improvement
versus 38.
Yeah.
Just significant improvement. Hold on here. Significant improvement of the peak of the 6 mmD at the week 12 day.
Consistent, most treatment consistent with the existing Tyvaso label. The safety profile was similar to previous studies of Tyvaso.
No, this is very significant results and with a very good p-value. Okay, so I think it's a good medicine for the pulmonary hypertension with the interstitial lung disease.
Well, there you go. There you go. I had to get that in there before we move on to cars. They had chance, New England Journal of Medicine, to move the stock price. But now the Clinical Research Circle, a much more prestigious publication than the New England Journal of Medicine, we have the chance to move the stock price.
So, all right, let's go to the CAR T cells.
People have been
Yeah,
asking about
guys,
this.
you've been asking about it and what it is and everything. So I just brought like a couple of slides for that. Anyway, CAR T cell, it is like stand for chimeric antigen receptor. Chimeric, it's a Latin word which is like different type of receptor on the cell that's been engineered, and normal T cell does not fight against certain type of abnormality, but this is target therapy for the cancer. Okay, now we see T cell plus the chimeric antigen surface that they engineer it together and put it on the surface of the T cell that goes and fight the cancer. Can I see the next slide?
This is
Okay.
amazing. This is why people watch, because Dr. Al is just giving us all a presentation of CAR T and what it does. This you can't get this anywhere else. New England Journal of Medicine, you can't get this from there either. You can't. This is amazing. We need
For
to
sure,
start
they're
over.
gonna throw.
Monica, can you show
Monica,
the slide
next slide.
again? We're willing to take
Yes.
sponsorship from
Yes.
New England Journal of Medicine.
This is it.
Okay, now the CAR T cell treatment, they take the blood from the patient where Monica putting her arrow, and they manufacture it outside the body and build up a new chimeric antigen receptor, CAR, for the T cell, and then they grow it outside and then inject it back into the human being, into the patient. And this chimeric antigen, it is like target specific for the type of the cancer that they have it. They're using now mainly in hematological malignancy, in chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and acute leukemias, and in non-Hodgkin lymphomas.
So this is
They
autologous?
did,
This is autologous?
it can be autologous or allo or auto.
So it's
Can,
allogenic? Oh, this is an allogenic
can be
potential?
can be both. I
Wow.
think this is autologous, but it can be. I don't know about this. This is like just like a character a drawing about how to do it in general.
So
But
CAR
it
T can be both, either.
CAR T cell can be allo and auto.
Wow. Okay.
Allo, that's mean it is from other person, and auto it's from the patient himself. So it depends on the malignancy and like this, but that's a really neat thing. Till now, it's not done in the community because of the complexity of the procedure, and everything is done only in big centers, just such as universities and big cancer centers. But I have a meeting with one of the company representative, and they said they're trying to make it easier and be done in the community, where the doctor's office collect the blood, send it, and they manufacture it somewhere else and bring it back
Wow.
and inject it. There is a significant side effect for this treatment that's really need to be considered for the patient. And the center, they do it now. Okay, they are really prepared for this type of side effect.
So how does the CAR T cells differentiate between healthy and cancerous cells?
The CAR T cell, because of the manufacturing, they build on it this antigen on the surface that go and target the antibodies in the body only. If you go back to the picture,
Yeah,
first one.
it's like a Navy SEAL. Like it's specialized to go
Exactly,
find the
exactly. Well, this is what they call precision medicine or specialized T cell. Because if you look at
because you
the
modify the T
chimeric
cell with like a
antigen,
special receptor.
no, the one before it will show it much better. So here you see this is under the CAR, the CAR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is anti specific receptor for specific receptor on the cancer cells. So it can differentiate between normal. Normal cell will not have the place.
That receptor.
Yes,
Mm,
where this CAR got go and attach to it.
Right. So
Wow.
it's designed to have the to only fit the
Exactly.
certain
It's
receptor.
designed for that type of cancer,
That
that
receptor.
kind of receptors on the cancer cells.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm glad it
What
did.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And then at the if you go at the end of the email, there is like the stocks
Yep.
that I found that because this is a very complicated process where the manufacturing of the antigen and injecting it, and this is the big companies or the companies that they do chimeric antigen receptor or
Wow, these are all the
CAR T
CAR
cell.
T cell
Yes.
researchers.
And the first three, one you find letter A, that's mean it is a grade A companies with a high evaluation and big one,
Yeah.
and they've been having more valuation for this
Dang
and
it.
much product for that.
Me and
You
Chris,
have
we
the-
actually featured Nancy Quest on here before. NK. Me and Chris owned it in our
On which one?
company. Nancy
Quest?
Quest. We owned it and then we made money, so we sold it. I didn't realize it's CAR T.
And now it is CAR T. And
me
adaptive
also.
immunotherapeutic, it is D, but it's one of the big companies in the CAR T cell also.
That's amazing. And we're very early in this process, right? Like
Till now, it is only in a couple of diseases, as I said, acute leukemia, CLL, and they start doing it in non-Hodgkin lymphoma now.
but are they
Okay.
approved or they're not approved in anything?
Non-Hodgkin lymphoma is still in, I think it's not approved 100%, but
Okay.
in leukemias, yes, they are approved.
They're approved.
Yeah,
Okay.
ALL and mainly for, and it is a kind of interesting approach for cancer. And they're trying now also to do it like you find all these companies now doing it because they're trying to do it also for solid tumors.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
so I have a follow-up question to the receptors. So do the receptors change dependent upon the individual or dependent upon the cancer?
Cancer.
Dependent upon the cancer. So the receptor would be the same for leukemia for everybody.
That's a way big question to answer.
Okay.
Because each person have his own. There is like common receptor to say you have the receptor A 1, 2, 3 for the cancer to recognize, but also you have some patient will have receptor 5 and 6, and the other patient will have receptor 8 and 9. Okay, and that's why you find different response, different behavior of the cancer or the malignancy in general over the patients.
I see.
And we cannot find exactly why this is happening for the cancer, but there is a heterogeneous type of receptor usually.
Okay.
But there is common receptor that we can direct antibodies to it directly.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dr. Al. As always, thank you, Chris, for the color commentary. And then thank you guys for watching, listening, and we'll catch you all later. Bye-bye. Better than New England Journal of Medicine. Bye-bye.